Alright, adventurers, we're back today working on the Crown Vic. So when I got it, it had a check engine light on it, and I ordered some parts off of Rock Auto, and one of them just happens to be an EGR valve, which looks pretty decent. Came with a new little metal gasket and bolts, which is cool, but you're probably going to have to reuse this guy, so don't damage that when you take it off. But basically all it is you got a 10mm bolt here, a 10mm bolt on the other side, and then you got like a hose fitting in there that you can just get an adjustable wrench on, and then you got this connector up here, and that whole unit just kind of pops off of there. So it's not too difficult. I mean, literally all you need is a 10mm, an extension, and an adjustable wrench, and you can do the whole job with that. I'm even going to put in an air filter while I'm at it. But I had made a video of this before, and I just took this EGR off and I cleaned it, but it did not work. I took the positive and negative off for like 30 seconds and put both leads back on, and it cleared the codes, and then within about 50-60 miles the light popped back on. So I'm gonna see if this new EGR fixes this problem, and hopefully this thing doesn't have a check engine light when I'm done with it. So I'll be back when I've got the new one on. Alright, now we're up close and personal for the first couple of steps. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove this bracket, because that's going to give you access to this pipe back here. And then you're going to want to remove this clip, and then you're going to want to remove that from there. Just be careful when that pops off, you don't go yanking that thing out there, because those hoses, they feel like they could get pretty crispy on certain models if they're old enough. Alright, so now all I got to do is break this loose, and you're going to want to break this loose over here before you unbolt the EGR from the actual throttle body. That way you're not trying to break this loose while this is wobbling all around. So I'm going to do that and then be back and show you guys from there. Alright, looky there. The old EGR is off. Siemens. Hilarious. And it's pretty rusty and crusty inside there, so I think that new EGR is going to do it a world of good. And when you put this back on, you may want to spray some kind of like WD-40 on it or something, because it made an unholy screeching noise when I was taking that off. But other than that, really not a bad takeoff at all. So I'm going to do some magic and presto changeo. Hey, would you look at that? It's done. All new looking. God, I need to detail this engine. It's looking pretty crusty. But that's all for today, folks. Just to recap for this EGR, I mean, you just need a couple of 10mm and an extension. I did it with a 1/4-inch socket. I just used an adjustable wrench, and that should be about all you need. Super easy job. I'm going to put down in the comments after I drive it around for a little while to see if the check engine light comes back on, so keep an eye on the comments to see the results of this, and subscribe, because I'm going to be doing a lot more videos of this Crown Vic and all the other vehicles I've got. So subscribe, please. Shameless subscribe.